One.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Podcast. I'm your host, Ronnie from New Jersey. With me is my boy, Deuce.
Yeah.
Oh, the sunglasses. You look like a total asshole.
Oh, I was in Florida.
I don't even want to hear it.
Now,
because you look
freezing.
Ridiculous.
By the way, it was a late night last night.
Stop it. Stop it.
Late night.
Anyway, folks, welcome to episode number 56 of Inside the Leather Podcast. We are presented by our friends over at Towel Tag. So, folks, let me tell you something. We got a good show. We're still kind of in quarantine here because Jeremy had to go down and win a tournament. He won the cheese plate down there in Florida, so he's still quarantined, so we can't go into HQ just yet. But next week we will be back in the studio, so bear with us. We're here today, but I fixed my camera, so it should be a little bit better visual. You know, I got the HD camera setting on now. I looked all grainy like it was 1997. I was on a dial-up computer. It was terrible. Wasn't happy. Take off the sunglasses, please.
Take it off halfway.
For those people listening to the podcast, Jeremy's wearing a hoodie with a shirt and a pair of sunglasses inside his room. Stop. You look ridiculous.
I'm a sunglass guy now.
No, I don't even want to hear it. You look absurd. Take off the sunglasses.
I told you this company sponsors the show.
Totally different story. I'd be rocking sunglasses too, but they're not. So take them off. You look silly. You look whatever. That's just whatever. I don't give a shit. You look like a jackass. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm here to help you. I don't want you to look like a moron. You look like a moron.
Fine. Yeah, I'll take it off.
Take them off, please. Thank you. Jesus Christ. And by the way, I got corrected from our grammar. First of all, my wife was making fun of you not reading that word right.
Which one?
When you were saying you were starting to sound out volatility.
Whatever it was.
But when I couldn't see what you were reading. And like an idiot, I said validity. And my wife goes, that didn't even make any sense. I'm like, when we're shooting, I don't even pay attention to what I'm saying. I mean, it just comes out. But it was volatility was the word because we were talking about the stocks. And I said it was validity. And you couldn't read. And I said a word that absolutely made no sense whatsoever. So my wife's the learned attorney just kind of destroyed me on that. But whatever. Who gives a shit?
The same schooling she does.
She comes at me hard. Comes at me hard, my wife. Oh, my goodness.
Harvard?
Christ.
She went to Harvard?
No, but you would think that she did. She went to Lehigh before law school. But anyway, so folks, we got a good episode. It's the day after the Super Bowl, so we're going to recap the Super Bowl later on a little bit. We'll touch base on it. I know it's Thursday by the time you're hearing this, so it's whatever, a couple days old. But still, it's still worth it's still worth it to talk about because somebody on the show did predict last week that they were going money line Tampa Bay in the under. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's what came in.
You're lucky I didn't put out a rant, Ben. You're really lucky I didn't put out the rant.
What rant?
Can we get somebody else in the Super Bowl? Tom Brady this, Tom Brady that. And you're going to bet the Bucs money line?
100%. Dude, listen, just because I'm sick of watching I guess we're talking about football first. Tom Brady, okay, let me tell you something. Tom Brady, there's been 55 Super Bowls. He's been in 10 of them?
Yeah.
Dude, that's absurd. It's like almost 20%.
47%.
What?
Tom Brady has a bigger chance of making a Super Bowl than Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry has a chance of making a three-pointer. Fact. He has a better chance.
He is a god. Yes, my rant was that I don't want to watch another Super Bowl. You should have put the rant out because you should be putting them all out. I don't know why that they're even stocked up. You should just be unloading them. Okay? Because, you can't put it out now because it makes no sense because Super Bowl's over. So I don't know why you didn't put that up before the Super Bowl.
I was editing it, and I was like, wait, he said he's going to Bucs money line, so he wants to contradict what he said on the show. Why would I put this out?
No. I am sick of watching Tom Brady. I'm a Jet fan. It's been misery for 20 years. But
Miami fan, too.
When it comes down – I know you are. But when it comes down to it, and you're looking at these two – dude, people were sleeping on Tampa Bay. Not me, because I know defense wins championships, and they had a much better defense. They went to New Orleans, smoked them. Well, first Washington beat them. New Orleans beat them. Green Bay beat them.
Here's the thing.
They beat Breeze and Aaron Rodgers back-to-back, and everybody was on Mahomes. Look, I get it. Chiefs were nasty. I couldn't foresee what the hell happened. I mean, that game was a beatdown. I knew a close game, Tampa Bay, Tom Brady, book it. I thought if Tampa Bay wins, what did I tell you? I also put a little bit of scratch to cover myself on the other side. I said Tampa Bay to win by 10 or more. I put a little bit of cash on there to cover everything that I put on Tampa Bay, just in case. Because I thought if Kansas City was going to win that Super Bowl, it was going to be by a blowout. But I figured if it was a close game, I'm going Tom Brady all day and the better defense and the better running game. All in all, better offensive line. They were just a better team, and they beat them up physically. Yeah, there were some suspect calls there, especially in the first half. But you can't complain about referees when you get your dick handed to you.
And it wasn't even.
You lose 31-9. You didn't even get in the end zone, and you're complaining about the refs. Stop it. I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it. Some ticky-tacky calls that shouldn't have been called in the Super Bowl, for sure. There's about 4 of them were questionable. 2 of them I thought, yes, they should have been called because they were definitely like the play was interrupted because 2 of them were ticky-tacky. But it doesn't matter. You got beat up. You got beat up bad. And I knew it. I loved it. Defense wins championship. Offensive line wins championship. And they had a passer. They didn't even run. They got more quarterback pressures on the quarterback in the Super Bowl than any other team in history, and they didn't blitz.
They didn't.
They didn't blitz. They didn't have to. Todd Bowles, I don't know what the hell happened, but he was a hell of a D coordinator when he was in Arizona. And he was a shitty head coach for the New York Jets. And now he's back to being a goddamn wizard god of defense in Tampa Bay. So congratulations to Tom Brady.
He represents Elizabeth all the way.
He does. I was a huge fan. Todd Bowles sent me a personalized letter and video when my son was born. Tom Bowles did.
He's from Jersey, bro. Do you know that?
Of course I knew that. What are you talking about?
Whose house is down from me?
Your audio, just so you know, every time you speak, I'm not hearing it until like a second later. So I don't know what's going on exactly.
It's a recording.
Well, no, I'm just saying. I want to make sure that we're not doing this for nothing.
Oh, we're good.
Okay. All right, good. Hey, folks, you all know how much we love our friends over at Towel Tag. In addition to being the best damn customizable towel holder on the market, they are now introducing the Hole-in-One Club. And here's how it works. If you're one of the very few golfers to accomplish this tremendous feat, now you can always have bragging rights to remind your friends of the moment you got the ace. Send your details, date, course, hold number, witnesses, pictures, whatever you got over to Towel Tag, and they will enshrine you on the Wall of Fame at the Towel Tag headquarters. And in addition to, they will create a Towel Tag to commemorate the moment. Head over to toweltag.com for more details, and always remember to use coupon code ITL for exclusive offers. Get that country club feel without paying for the country club over at toweltag.com. Now back to the show. So anyway, so congratulations, Tom Brady. I mean, my brother, my father, everybody was on Kansas City, and I said, no, that's not what you do. You don't do that. You take the money line. You take the better odds, because really in a Super Bowl, anybody can win. Better defense. Tom Brady was not losing that game. He just was not. Dude's got 7 Super Bowl rings now. Holy shit. I like the story about Godwin when Godwin wore number 12. And, they said, well, Tom Brady was just going to take number 7 because he was chasing the 7th ring. It's fucking sick. It's so sick that he's been in 10 Super Bowls and there's only been 55 in history, number 1. He's literally been to the Super Bowl. If he goes next year, okay, look at this. If he goes next year, he's been in the Super Bowl every other year. 50%, because next year will be his 22nd it's 22nd and his 11th appearance. That's 50% of the time he makes it to the Super Bowl. Oh shit, that's insane. I was rooting for him, and it was obviously because I bet him. I'm sick of watching him in the Super Bowl between the two teams. I wanted to take a little bit of the shine off of Belichick, because if being a Jet fan, and I hate the Patriots, I can't stand them, but it's not so much Brady. I hated watching him. He beat us. He killed us, but I respected him. I always did. It was Belichick that I was always it just chaps my ass. I want to kick his ass. I hate him. I hate him because of what he did to the Jets, because he did that whole little backdoor move and left. He was the reason Parcells retired. Parcells wouldn't have retired if Belichick, if he was afraid of losing Belichick, he won it. The whole story, look it up yourself if you want. But when Belichick was the coach of the Jets for a day and left, Parcells would not have left had Belichick told him, I don't want to be the coach here. I want to go to New England. Because then Parcells would have been like, all right, go, and we're going to compete. And the Jets would have stayed relevant. But anyway, we ended up losing Parcells. We lose Belichick, and he goes on, and everybody's giving him a lot of shine. Oh, it's not Brady. It's Belichick. It's Belichick. I don't know. It seems to right now, what happens to Belichick after Brady leaves? Dog shit. Can't get it going. And Brady just goes and wins a Super Bowl with Tampa Bay. It's a pretty cool story, so whatever.
I can't wait for Belichick to make the Super Bowl next year. And then the question...
They're not going to – no, they're done. Unless they go make a trade for some, veteran quarterback. I thought they were going to go hard after Stafford, but that's why McVay and the Rams went nuts. And they gave up a lot to get Stafford because I thought he was going to go to New England. But no, I think New England – Belichick's done. He's done. No, but anyway, what else we got? Let's talk. Let's get the show going here. That we kind of diverted over there. Well, who's a better golfer, Mahomes or Brady? Better swing. Because everybody saw that those videos that went live.
I think Mahomes is a pretty good swing. He throws some darts at times, and he's so competitive on the golf course. It's fun to watch.
Well, that video that everybody showed, they showed it over on Golf Yesterday when they did that live thing on Friday. The coffee show. That's pretty good. Mahomes, they showed him at like a Top Golf, and I mean it was just a violent, fucking quick swing, and he just smashed the ball. But I don't know.
No, but
Brady's a pretty good golfer too.
A pro playing on a golf course, decked out like Adidas gear, and he was like throwing darts on the green. Brady, though, I don't like what I saw from Brady.
Well, that's on TV. He was nervous as shit. He did hit that great shot, but he was definitely not good on the golf course. But
Ron, you would have beat him that day.
Yeah, no, I know.
Hands down, you would have.
Yeah, for sure. Beat him. It's funny how clutch someone could be in one sport, and then you flip over to golf, and it's a whole new ball game. Speaking of clutch, let's talk about the old waste management there.
Before you go there,
okay.
You saw the streaker on the field yesterday.
Well, they didn't show it, but I saw a video afterwards. Yeah,
they did show it. They didn't cut camera right away because he saw
not right away. But you couldn't see much. But I love that the announcers were like, "Oh, he just ran for more yards than the damn Chiefs have so far." Sign him up.
What if anybody ever ran like on a golf course during play? Have you seen that?
I want to say I did, but I don't.
It has to happen.
No, I mean, I've seen baseball. Obviously, football happens all the time. Soccer happens like every other day.
In basketball, right?
No, I don't think it's ever happened in basketball.
I want to say it had to.
I've never seen it happen in basketball. I don't. I mean, I can't imagine that it hasn't happened in golf. But
it happened in golf. Who's stopping him? The 7-year-old Jim Marshall.
No, they send you out there. What was your job when you were out there?
So I was on a tee box going like paddling where the ball was.
With the pad, were you waving it to try to give him the extra juice? It's so stupid. But no, nobody's stopping him on a golf course. If you're a pro and some streakers kind of running towards you, you just drop another ball and just take a rip at them. That would be a good way to prevent that from happening. But I could see something like that happening with with our friend Robbie Berger and his crew over there. I can see him getting in touch with a streaker and him commentating it. That'd be pretty good. But are we working on getting him on the show?
We got to work on it, yeah.
Yeah, we got to get him on the show. I mean, I'd like to wait until we can actually get together and get him in studio somehow. We got to find out if he has any plans of coming to New Jersey anytime soon. And if he does, then that's when we'll bang it out. If he doesn't, then we'll get him on via Skype or something like that. But he's a funny dude. He hit some prop bets.
I'm stupid.
He hit some prop bets. He took plus 600 for Mahomes' primary color of his headband. He hit that for plus 600 with the white, and then he also hit on the first song, the opening song of the weekend. I didn't go crazy with those off the wall kind of bets.
Heads or tails? What'd you bet?
I didn't bet the coin toss. I usually do bet tails though, so I'm glad I didn't bet it this year. But what?
Color the Gatorade.
I thought it was going to be red because both teams have red in it, but I didn't bet it. I was. I didn't see those crazy prop bet. I mean, I didn't really look into it too much because I just I knew what I wanted to bet and I wanted most of my money to go on it. One thing that really drove me nuts was I had a huge parlay, a huge one. I had Tampa money line. I had the under. I had Brady to throw 3 touchdowns. I had Fournette to score a touchdown, Gronk to score a touchdown. It was stupid. The only one that I didn't hit out of all of them was Mike Evans over 61 yards receiving. I think he only had like 38 or something like that, somewhere in the 30s. And I was shocked. I was shocked that they, played so well and he wasn't a part of the game really. Him and God, they took Godson and him pretty much out of the game. It was all tight ends. It was all running game and tight ends, and it was just a good game plan by Tampa.
I felt
but I would have turned like $30 into like $3,000.
Anyway.
If he would have had 61 yards receiving. I mean, that was the only – and it was funny because at the beginning of the game, that was the one that I was the most confident in. All the other ones to me felt like long shots. Another one I lost because Brady didn't I had Brady rushing touchdown. I had Gronk to score. I had Fournette to score. I had Brady to score a rushing touchdown. And they had the ball 3rd and goal on the 1-yard line, and they didn't even when they stopped them, which I thought was the end of the game. I thought that was it. I thought that was going to give the Titans, the Chiefs, the juice that they needed to kind of take it home, but it didn't happen.
And anyway, how about speaking of champions, my boy Brooks Koepka.
Yeah, it's funny because I made one rant about him missing the cunt and getting fed grapes on the weekend instead of whatever, kind of laying low. And ever since it's been haunting me. Like I don't know why. I got a lot of bad feedback. People were pissed off about that one a little bit. I guess it went both ways.
Bubba one.
The Bubba one too. It was like, the video was cute, but it's like, what do you? I don't know. Yes, lighten up, Ron. Okay, I got a lot of the lighten ups. Nobody's lighter than me. I mean, I'm, obviously I'm not physically light, but you get my point. Like, yes, I like fun, but I don't know. I thought it was cheesy. I thought, everyone's like, oh, it's just Bubba being Bubba. Well, what? I don't know. I always thought Bubba was a douche. I mean, apparently now he's like this, like, good guy, young guy, like, kind of like, I don't know. I guess whatever. It is what it is. I made a rant. Deal with it. It's like fucking people bashing me about the rant. It's a rant. Something irritates me. I make a video. You don't like it. Sorry. But whatever.
Tell us why you don't like it.
What's that?
Just no. If you don't like it, tell us why you don't like it. Comment.
No, and a lot of them did. They were just like, lighten up. You're too much. He's just having fun. Yeah, I know he's just having fun. He's out there doing TikToks. Just like, what are you doing? I just feel like, if a young rookie on tour was doing it, it's one thing. But like for him to do it, it's like, Bubba, you're fucking 40 years old, Bubba. How old's Bubba? Look that up. I'm curious now.
38.
What?
At least 38.
Why'd 38 pop in your head?
How much money you want on it?
None whatsoever, but I would think that he's older than 38.
You really?
Yeah.
That's Bubba Wallace, not Bubba Watson.
I don't know why. I feel like he's my age or older.
No way. He's 42.
Dude, so he's my age or older. Fuck, no way. How much would bet? Shut up. Yeah, like to you, someone who's 38 is old because you're so fucking young. But when it's like, to me, when you said 38, I'm like, no way, Bubba's younger than me. There's no way.
I'm old. I'm real old.
Anyway, so waste management. Brooksy. He rubs me, man. He just rubs me the wrong way. But you got to give it to him. You got to give props where it's due. I was an idiot and put some money on Spieth. I thought he was going to close it out. I didn't get the money where it was like 8,000 to 1 or something crazy. He was like plus 8,000 to win the tournament at the beginning of the tournament.
It was only 8 to 1 now. It might have been 18,000, no?
No, it was. I think it was. No, well, no, it wasn't 18,000. It might have been 1,800. No, it was a lot. It was bananas.
8 to 1 sounds pretty right though, I guess, for that tournament. Because think about it, your top guys are starting at what, plus 500, plus 300.
Your top guys are usually like around plus 1,000, plus 800 for like the favored.
Really? Not plus 5? You don't think?
No, because I remember the other day, one of the more recent tournaments, I bet And when we were doing the odds, when we picked our team, when we picked a little fantasy team, I saw the odds for somebody was the best. The best odds was plus 800. But anyway, regardless of it, I put money on him like an idiot on Saturday. Sunday. Going into Sunday, I thought he was going to hold on. I thought that this was the time that he was going to kick it in. And whatever, he didn't play terribly, but he didn't play good enough to win, obviously. And Xander, what happened to Xander? Holy shit!
And they both fell off.
They fell off. But Xander, I think Mike actually picked him to win this before the tournament. And he was playing good. He was plopping his way around the course. He was solid through 3 rounds. And then, it's amazing how golf that Sunday is. It doesn't. You could be 5 shots back. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why Brooks is good. He's got the ice water in the veins. He knows how to close. It doesn't. The moments don't affect him. Xander makes a couple of bad shots, and then all of a sudden he's trying to make up for it. And that's what I do on the course. That's very natural. It's a natural thing to do. You hit a bad shot. Now you're in the woods trying to, instead of just punching out, you have a little window here that'll get you a 100-yard shot, or you go parallel and you got a 160-yard shot, but it's a big wide opening. 9 times out of 10, I'm trying to put it through the little one to get the 100-yard shot to make up for the fact that I'm in the goddamn trees to begin with. And that is the absolute worst thing to do in golf. You got to go through the big opening, the higher percentage play. You get it through, you get it in the middle of the fairway, you pull out a 7-iron, and you just try to get it close onto the green. You try to 2-putt, you got to try to save par. He was pressing. Every bad shot, every mistake he made, he compounded it by trying to press. He just gave up a stroke. Now he tried going big dog off the tee. He was going for things that he shouldn't have been going for. But, and apparently that's, I didn't really know much about him, but apparently that's kind of his thing. Like where, he needs to stop doing that. And Speed, I watched a lot of this tournament.
So did I.
It's always a fun one to watch. It's really cool. It was good to see fans, right? What did you think about seeing fans back? I mean, that was
It was amazing. It was the aura of the tournament itself. It's not the tournament without the fans, and it wasn't a tournament with the fans that were there. I mean, there was a lot of noise to us at this point in time in the PGA Tour. It was one of the first events with, maybe the second event with fans. So having fans felt refreshing, but it still wasn't the same having 25,000 in comparison to 2,500.
Yeah, but still, it was, like you said, it was still nice. It was still good.
Definitely refreshing, and it just made me miss it so much more, man. I just want to go out and I want to have a good time at a tournament, at a baseball game, at a football game. I miss that. I just can't wait to get back to that. So it definitely was refreshing to see it, hear the loud noise, because that gets me going. That should get you going too. Being a football player, being a baseball player, playing under the lights with fans and stuff, man, that stuff gets me going.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt, and even not to take it back to the Super Bowl again, but it was kind of a fucking home game for Tampa Bay. I mean, yes, they were the first team ever to win, get a chance to play a Super Bowl in their home stadium, which was cool. But had it have been a regular game without COVID shit, right, it would have been 33% of the fans would have been from Tampa Bay, because that's what they do. They allot a third of the fans, from one team, a third from the other. And then they allow a third for the sponsors and all the NFL people. So it's always, spread out, right? This game, they obviously they dropped it down to whatever there was, it was a third total, but there were 7,500 first-line healthcare workers there, which I believe most of them were in the Tampa Bay area. I think that was the whole thing. So it was like, you got 7,500 of them. You would assume the majority, if not all of them, are pulling for Tampa Bay, right? So, and you heard them. You heard the fans. Every time there was a penalty against Kansas City, whether it was, a good penalty or not, you heard a roar. Every time they scored, you heard a roar. So it felt like Kansas City was on a road game. I mean, it really did. But, I mean, hey, kudos. That's what you get for winning a chance to play in your own stadium,
So,
But COVID aside, I don't think it wouldn't have felt that way because you would have had 33% of the stands filled with Kansas City fans too, and they're loud.
Super loud.
But yeah, no, I mean it was, but it was good to get golf back. It was a good tournament. Again, I wasn't really happy to see Brooksy win.
Come on.
Yeah,
he came back from a 5-shot deficit on a Sunday. You do that, you deserve to win. I mean, that's just whether you like
for sure. No, hey, full props to him. I just don't care for him. I just don't care for him.
He has such swagger and such.
And usually I root for the villain too. Like I'm usually a big villain guy. Like I like the guys that aren't liked.
But he hasn't. He's more of a hero than he is a villain. I mean,
I don't know those comments he made about Dustin Johnson.
No, but he's a big joke. Like he's a quiet one-liner jokester too. If you think about it.
But he's a douche. He comes out and he's talking all about Bryson. Whether it was warranted or not, I'm not here to talk about, like whether it was, it was probably self-inflicted. I mean, I'm sure. But again, it's just, I don't know. I usually like the confident, like, I don't give a shit what you think kind of person because that's kind of the way I am. I really don't care what you think of me. You either love me or you hate me. I don't really care if you hate me. You can't be an actor in Hollywood for 10 years without learning how to, like, kind of rub off the negative. You get told no all the time that you're not this, you're not that, you're not this. And it doesn't bother me, it doesn't affect me. And it doesn't him either. He doesn't give a shit. He says what it's refreshing that he just says what he wants to say. He goes and gets fed grapes poolside after getting knocked in, after missing a cut, doesn't give a shit. Usually I like that mentality, but he just, I don't know, maybe because he came at my boy Dustin Johnson and they're friends and he's, and then he came after Bryson. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just something about him. He rubs me.
Joking around. And he knows,
and he might have been, but still, I mean, even when you say a joke, if the joke doesn't hit,
to you it might not hit, but it may hit to 75,000 other people.
I'm sure it did. I'm sure it was way more than that. He's got a lot of fans. You're one of them. I just don't like him. I mean, deal with it. You don't like a few people.
The way he dresses too.
He fills out his clothes good. He's got a good. He's all jacked up, nice. He's not overly jacked anymore. He looks like he lost a little bit. See, I can't hear you when I'm talking
because you're talking. I watched a documentary on him, and he was like just as skinny as I was.
Yeah, he shot up. I mean, I don't know. HGH, I don't know. Is he fucking juiced up too? Like him and Bryson fucking getting the same workout. And they going to Belco. What are they doing over there? Belco. They hanging out with McGuire and Bonds. What are they doing? Sosa?
It's Jose Canseco who got beat up this weekend.
Oh my God! Did you see that?
I feel bad for the guy, bro.
What a shit show, dude. I mean, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Jose Canseco signed on, and listen to the shit. Jose Canseco signed on to fight at the Rough and Rowdy, the Barstool, fight thing. There were 20 fights on the card. The headliner was, I guess, someone that works at Barstool, just some random intern that works there, wanted to fight Jose Canseco, and that's who he fought. It was the headlining event. It was the headliner, and literally the fight lasted like 20 seconds. He got hit one time and went down like a sack of potatoes, right? And it was a dive. He took a dive. It was bullshit. So he got paid. What was I heard what it was. He got paid $50,000 guaranteed for the fight. If he won the fight, it was another $50,000. But here's where his agents got him good. They negotiated so that Canseco got a piece of the pay-per-views if it was the highest grossing Rough and Rowdy for pay-per-views. So I don't know why Portnoy and Barstool agreed to this, because each one has been growing bigger and bigger. And now you got Jose Canseco. So that was why they said it was like, you're going to have Jose Canseco, you're going to get. So anyway, so because of that, he ended up getting $1 million.
No way.
Yeah. He made $1 million for taking a dive because it was by far the highest grossing pay-per-view. And that sparked it in the contract where that, that escalator, that he gets a piece of the gate, if he gets a piece of the pay-per-view money, if it's the highest grossing one, I guess, and they agreed to it. They paid him $1 million and he fucking just took a dive.
You want to hear something? Tell me if this is true. I don't know if you ever heard this, but I heard that his finger got detached and he got it reattached by a doctor. He brought the finger to the doctor that reattached it, and he was playing poker one day somewhere in like Las Vegas, and he's holding cards, and all of a sudden the finger just falls off in the middle of the table.
That's weird.
Guy's a mess, bro.
He is a mess. I mean, I know you can, and they say all the time, if you cut off a finger, you're supposed to like put it in a bag of ice and get to the hospital because they can reattach it. I mean, how are you? I mean, are you moving it? I don't. How?
Nerves in that finger.
It's just sitting there, right? It's like, instead of having like, instead of looking like this, you got the.
It's like this.
It's just, but it always stays. Like it's always in one. Like you got to figure out what position you want to put your finger in. With me, I'd walk into if this happened to me, if I ever chopped off a digit, right, I would go to the hospital and I would bring in my pitching wedge, and I would wrap my hand around the wedge, and I would say, just put my finger in this position. It would be so awkward to have my. You know what I mean? Like it would be. I'd always be walking around like this, but at least I'd be able to hold a golf club. Unless you're Ronnie Del, he tells you to take your index finger, your thumb, everything off the club. So I guess you can play without a digit, but that's the only thing that I'd care about. I've actually played poker with Jose Canseco, and I played poker with Michael Buffer too. Bruce Buffer.
Okay.
So Michael Buffer is the Let's Get Ready to Rumble. He's the guy, the fight guy. He gets $1 million. Bro, he's been making this was like 20 years ago. I heard like from his brother. Because the brother who does the UFC, I played in a tournament with him, and we sat next to each other for like 6 hours, and we were talking about a bunch of stuff, UFC stuff, right? And his brother was making $1 million every time he does it. That's to say, I won $1 million. 25 years ago, it was like, holy shit, I can't believe you're paying him $1 million to say that one phrase. But now it's like a bargain. But he gets $1 million every time he says, "Let's get ready to rumble."
It's a trademark.
100%. So now his brother now is the ring announcer for UFC. And I got a funny story. So I was talking to him, and I was a huge Mike Tyson fan. And I'm still not a big fan of UFC. I just don't get into it. And I've always been a boxing fan, and yeah, I know UFC's on the upcoming and whatever. My whole theory was, if you were good enough to be a boxer, you'd rather be a professional boxer because they make $50 million a fight, the big top of the line guys versus, back in the day, they were only making like $250,000 for like the main guys at UFC. Obviously now that's changed. They're making a lot more now, but still not as much as boxers make. But my question to Michael Buffer, which one's the UFC one? I said to him, let me ask you a question. Who is the greatest of all time UFC mixed martial arts fighter? And I think he said Hoist Gracie. That name is popping in my head right now. I think that's who he said, right? And again, this had to be about 15 years ago, right? Roughly, maybe 20. No, but 15 years ago. And I said to him, okay, so you take the best guy. Let's just say this Hoist Gracie, right? In his prime, at the peak of his fighting career, and you take Mike Tyson at the peak of his boxing career, and you put them in a boxing ring with boxing rules, how many times is Hoist Gracie beating Mike Tyson out of 10 fights? He said 0. Like, quickly. He didn't even fucking hesitate. And then I said, because we were having the whole, who's better, boxers or whatever, UFC. And then I said, okay, now flip it. Put them in a UFC ring, the octagon, right, with UFC rules, and they fight 10 times. How many times is Hoist Gracie beating Mike Tyson? And he said 8. And I thought he was going to say 0 because I was going to say you're out of your mind. But the fact that he even gave him 2, I was like, I think it's more like 6-4 personally, because yes, he could kick him in the face. I'm sure Mike's not used to getting kicked, but then again, he was from the friggin' hood. He was from the brownstone, Brooklyn, whatever villa. He was a psycho kid, right? So I'm sure, and shooting his legs and getting him to the ground and all that stuff. I'm sure Mike Tyson knows how to street fight. But here, my whole thought process was, if you try coming at Mike Tyson, right, when you're trying to go take him down, he can throw 3 haymakers at the back of your head before you even get to him, and you're down. So I was just like, so we had this heated argument. It wasn't an argument. I mean, the fact that he said 2, I was like, it kind of went away. I wanted to get it real elevated, and everybody was watching. We was like late in the tournament, and I asked him this question, but I thought that was kind of cool that he even said that, Mike Tyson would knock him out a couple times in the ring. So I was just like, see, so boxing better. Boxing, if you're going to be a fighter, you'd rather be a boxer, in my mind.
Let's get in the ring. Who's winning the fight?
Who's that?
Me and you.
Oh, stop.
I'm
Oh, stop. Stop.
so much quicker than you are.
100%. 100% you are. I hit you one time.
My God, cut it out.
You're mangled. You're mangled. And I'm just ruining your 20s. Just ruining your 20s.
When's the last time you threw a punch?
I don't want to admit this on TV. I'm not throwing anything out there. I've never thrown a punch. What are you talking about? No, it's just stop.
I'm so much quicker. Yeah, I would do that.
No, yeah, and it would be like hitting him with a fucking powder puff. Like, stop it. Your wouldn't even phase me. I would just keep coming at you. You wouldn't know what to do with a fucking grizzly bear in your face.
Run around the ring and you'd be fucking disoriented and you'd be like, oh.
You could run all you want. I would stand in the middle of the ring, and as soon as you came anywhere close to me, yeah, you might hit me 1, 2, 3 times, and then you're gonna get fucking laid out.
You one time in the gut and you're fucking.
Let's go get those big gloves, and let's film it.
What big?
They got like the big like oversized gloves. Like, it's fucking silly, but I will knock you the fuck out with those on too.
We'll go regular gloves, headgear. You want to?
Oh, stop.
No headgear?
Stop. Hurt you. I will hurt you. I train for I'm a fighter, guy. I'm a big guy. I'm slow, yes, but I got tons of power. And fucking throwing a punch is so technical. My uncle was the Golden Gloves champion. I mean, he was a monster. Like, he was actually like the number 1 ranked golfer. Listen to me.
Downtown Elizabeth right now. I go in the boxing ring over there in Bayway Circle in the hood.
Okay.
I'll get right. Where are we gonna?
You go get right. You're gonna be. And I'm hitting bang, bang. Are you kidding me? Forget about it.
I see this.
I got 300 pounds before this hand.
Punches come in slow motion.
It might be slow motion, but if you don't get out of the way of it, it's over. That's my point. It's over. And if we're talking like in a street fight, I'm tackling you, I'm body slamming you, I'm going to bite your fucking ear off. That's what I'm going to do.
We'll go downstairs.
I go right for the jugular. Remember, I played defensive line, so I could shoot you quick.
No, we're not. You're not 18, 19 anymore. You're 43. Got some years.
I played. Listen, stop it. That technique is ingrained in my head. Plus I wrestled. I will fucking bodies. Are you kidding me? Get out of here, kid.
So we'll go downstairs to the Apex Wrestling School. We'll get our headgear. We'll get our gloves, and we'll just fucking put on a show. Get a whole camera.
But it wouldn't be a show because I would feel bad because I would pick you up and literally fucking drop you down.
3 minutes, 1 round, 3 rounds, 1 minute a round. I'll win. If there's judges there, I'm winning.
If there's judges there and you're running around the ring like a douche.
I'm saying I'm not knocking you. I obviously may not be able to knock you out, but I will tire the shit out of you.
Yeah, but see, I'm not stupid. I know that. I'm not going to be there just throwing punches into the wind. I'm going to literally back you down. Physically. Walk right into you and just keep. And I won't even throw a punch until I have you in a corner where you can't get out. And that one body shot, you're crying. You're crying with one shot to the ribs. I'm breaking your entire cage with one shot to the ribs.
That's what you think.
Oh, I'm telling you right now.
We got a baseball matchup to do that you still haven't done. We got to see who throws the football further.
I got a family. I got a job. I got snow that I'm buried in my house. We got COVID restrictions.
Your backyard.
What about my backyard? What are you talking about?
I'll go to you to get anything done.
Just stop.
Anything that we got a wrestling school downstairs from HQ.
Yeah, but I don't know. Why is it that you want to get embarrassed again?
No.
Why do you want to do that to yourself?
You gotta. I have a facility to pitch to you. Still, you said yeah. When and where? That's all you said. Still,
yeah. And have you said where? Have you said when?
Yes, I have a facility.
What have you said when?
Anytime.
I'm not running to go do it because I don't really give a shit.
I
want to get the content. You got to get someone to camera. You got to get a film person.
I have 2 people.
So then tell me when, and I'll see if it works in my schedule.
Bro, I'm whenever you want.
That's the thing. I don't want. You tell me. You throw a challenge out with a date and a time. Guess who'll be there? This fucking guy. No. This guy will be there. Whenever you want. I don't back away from a bet or a challenge.
Touching a single ball against me. It's a promise too.
So you don't underestimate the fat kid. Just like everybody underestimated the damn Tampa Bay Bucks. Don't underestimate somebody
Not touch.
based on looks. Don't do it. Don't do it.
You're gonna fall over you're just gonna fall. I'm gonna have you looking so stupid on the.
Yeah, you're gonna throw a change up.
No.
You're gonna throw a little fucking change up that I'm gonna smash you right back in your face. It's gonna be embarrassing. Embarrassing for you. What happens to your whole baseball mystique if I just crank off like 4 fucking bombs off you?
I don't have to worry about that because it's not going to happen.
I didn't ask you if you thought it was going to happen. When it does, okay, or if it does happen, how are you going to feel after that? You strike me out, and I can't hit 5 pitches, whatever. I'm going to go, yeah, okay, whatever. I'm fucking 42 years old. I'm fat, and I fucking haven't swung a baseball bat in fucking 6 years. But what are you going to do, the 21-year-old who just got done playing college fucking baseball? What are you going to do when I crank a few off you? That's going to be so demoralizing to you. You're going to feel like such an asshole. You get into a wrestling ring with me, I'm going to pick you up and drop you. You're going to feel bad, and I'm going to feel bad about doing it to you. You want to box with me, I'm going to break your ribs with a rib shot, and I'm going to crack you over the fucking head. You're going to be out cold, but I'm going to feel bad again. And then your mother and your father are going to be all pissed off at me. I know what's going to happen. I know exactly what's going to happen. I carried you last night on Call of Duty.
Oh, stop.
I carried you to 4 victories. I don't even want to hear it.
Stop.
But anyway, getting back to golf. Let's get back to golf. Folks, it's that time of the year, right, where it's, we're under snow right now, but it's time to get your game right, okay? It's time to get your game right. And I'm a big regripper guy. Are you a regripper, or you're the kind of guy that just plays the grips until they fucking basically rip off the club?
No, I'm a regripper guy.
You're a regripper, right? Well, you worked at the golf place, right? So you could do it yourself. Yeah, so I'm a huge fan of regripping my clubs at the beginning of every season because it gives you that feel like you got new clubs, right? There's certain grips that I like, and sometimes I'll try out a new one. I sometimes try out new grips on my wedges. Sometimes I like those the soft ones on my wedges, because it just psychologically it tells me loosen up the grip a little bit. Keep it nice and fluid. But you got to get grips. You got to regrip your clubs, folks. Regrip them. Get ready. It's an inexpensive way to kind of make your clubs feel new. Right? Because not everybody can go buy new clubs every year. You shouldn't, But you regrip them. They're good for the year. They're sitting in your garage right now. Frozen. They're frozen right now. They're in your car, frozen. The tack is gone, I do use that High 9. I think it's called High 9. It's like a cleaner. I spray it on the club. It cleans the clubs real good. I use it a lot when I sell my clubs. But I put that on my grips too. So sometimes you can clean your grips and they get a little tack back. But even if they're like not really worn to the point where they need to be regripped, I still like going through that process of getting the new grips fresh. Sometimes getting a new pair of shoes makes you feel good about yourself. Getting a haircut makes you feel good about yourself. You get your clubs regripped, okay? It gives you a good feeling about yourself. It gives you that start of the season type of excitement. It's something to do when it's shitty out, and then you're ready to go. But do it now before you actually get out there, so you don't lose your clubs for a couple of days. There's no turnaround right now. Probably get them regripped pretty quick. Big Rosemark, right? Shout out to our friends at Rosemark. Those are my guys. Love their grips on my putters. Actually, I gotta get another one. I gotta get a purple one. I want my putter to have a purple grip this year. I want a purple Rosemark on my putter because I got the Joker head cover. I still don't know what putter is going to go in there, so I should probably figure that out. I'm going to go back, I think, to my Cleveland, that half moon one with the gold face that you can't stand.
Ew.
I don't like looking at it either, but for some reason with the one hand, the way it sits on the ground, it's just flush. It's just nice and flush to the ground. It fits my eye. I can't do the backup pickup with the ball, so I got to bend my fat ass down every time with this club. But again, I don't know.
I'm not touching.
I don't know.
I'm not touching another putter for a long time.
You're sticking with the oil can,
bro. You see me putts with that oil can. I was rewatching that video that we did at Rock Spring, the Steeler Club one, and it was insane how many putts I was just dropping and dropping and dropping.
Which video?
Did at Rock Spring the Stealing Your Clubs challenge?
Yeah, you were just making putts. You were pretty lights out. So yeah, I mean that's good. I'm glad that you found a putter. I don't.
It's Philly too. I was just draining putts like Galloping Hill.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. I gotta find that putter. I just gotta find one and stick with it because I just keep changing it. It's just not good.
Yeah.
I know it's a mistake, but I get sick of looking at the same putter. It's bad.
Yeah.
Like right now, looking at them like over, like in my office, I'm over here and I'm putting every now and again on the putter, and it's just like I don't know. I just feel like I need a change every year. It's like the Spider putter maybe. I was with the 10, the Odyssey 10. I had that thing, but I don't want a mallet because I don't want to put two hands on the club. But the blades are just there's just not enough confidence. It's just the Half Moon. I don't like the way they look. Like I hate the Scotty Cameron one, the rounded one. I think JT uses it. Is it JT that uses the Half Moon Scotty?
He uses the Half Moon. JT uses a mallet with the like saber tooths on the back.
Oh, he switched to the saber tooth one. He might have used it before. Who did you say uses the half mallet rounded?
Nobody that I know.
So a few people do because I see it all the time, and I've looked at it myself. When I was over at Club Champion. I was waiting for the bay to open up. I was over by the putters, and I pulled one out, and I was like, I love the way my Cleveland looks, but looking down at that one, it just it's ugly. I don't know. But get your clubs regripped, folks. Really, seriously, it's a good, inexpensive way to get a good feel, a little new look. Makes you feel nice about yourself. Get your purchases in. And it's Valentine's Day coming up soon, isn't it? When is Valentine's Day? Today's the 8th. This airs on like the 9, 10, 11 it airs. So
is it Sunday?
Yeah, something like that.
Ah.
So don't forget to get your mother, your wife, your girlfriend. Make sure you get them something nice. It's coming up. A little public service announcement. Give me some ideas. What do you comment below? Any cool ideas for some Valentine's Day gifts? I bought my wife a pop-up card so far. That's all I got so far, the pop-up card.
Let us know if you want to see an absolute fight of Ronnie just getting his ass.
Oh, stop. Don't do that to yourself.
Hand it to him.
Don't do that to yourself.
Right now.
I got like old man strength too, like to boot. Like number one, I am like so strong for me, just period. But then when you get to be an old man, like you got that old man strength. Like forget about it. You don't ever see it ending well for a kid in his 20s fighting somebody in his 40s or 50s. It just doesn't end well.
Last weekend.
What?
Last weekend it ended well for the 21-year-old kid. He messed.
Canseco?
He messed up a pretty beefed up Canseco.
He took a dive, there wasn't a fight. He wasn't there to fight. He was there to cash the $1 million check because he knew his name was going to get him the damn money. That's all it was. He's an asshole. Fucking Bash Brothers, though. They were good when they played. They were just smacking the ball.
The A's?
Yeah, they were good.
He's a rat. Jose Canseco's a rat.
He is. What do we got on time? How are we doing on time?
But don't you got to go pick up your boy?
No, actually, we're keeping him in. We made a decision because next year he starts kindergarten. He's going to be there all day, 5 days a week, and I feel like that's going to be like holy shit moment. So now he was just going 3 days a week from 8:30 till 1. So we said to the teacher, we're like, what do you think is better? Should we do 5 days till 1 just to get him acclimated with going 5 days? Or do you think we should keep him there, keep the 3 days, but just give him the full day? And she said the full day, 3 days would be better, kind of like, walking him in. So he's staying until 2:30 now.
That's a full day.
8:30 to 2:30? Yeah. What do you mean?
Oh,
He's in fucking preschool, bro. It's pre-4. It's like, yeah. But what do you mean? Is that a full day? 8 o'clock to 2:30? That's a full day.
I was going to school to like 3:30, 4 o'clock. Like I was in school. I remember middle school. I was in school to like get there at 7:30, and we didn't leave till 3:58. Mm-hmm.
Where the fuck was this?
Well, it's Elizabeth. Think about it. Like if we're not in school, what are some kids going to be doing on the streets?
Yeah, but still, it's like that's a bananas day. I remember I was leaving at 3 o'clock. I think we went from 8:30 to 3 when I was a kid, but now it's 8:30 to 2.
In high school, I left at 1:30 since I was a senior.
Well, yeah, I mean everybody kind of does that when they're a senior. So, Prep has a cool thing where they don't, Tuesday and Thursday, they don't start school till 9:30 in the morning, which is kind of cool.
Seton Hall Prep, say this, see that.
What?
On my football helmet that the athletic trainer gave me since I was always hurt right behind me.
Always hurt? What are you talking about? I never missed a game, never missed a start. And yeah, that's my helmet right there.
The ATI gave you that.
The what?
ATI, they gave you that when they let you go. Best damn water boy we ever had.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, anyway. The kid wins a cheese plate, and now he thinks he's like the freaking greatest athlete of all time. All right, take it easy, Phelps.
Let's get in the ring. Let's get in a batting cage. You're not.
Who's your? Give me your Mount Rushmore. Give me your Mount Rushmore of golfers.
API, Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods, and API, Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods. How many are Mount Rushmore? 5 or 4?
Who's API?
Palmer.
Where's the I come from?
I was thinking Arnold Palmer Invitational. Arnold Palmer.
You're so stupid. Maybe you should have stayed in school till 6 o'clock at night. What are you talking about? Arnold Palmer, Tiger Woods,
Jack Nicklaus.
All right, Jack.
Tom Watson.
That's it. 4. That's Mount Rushmore.
All-time greatest players of all time.
You go Watson, huh?
Tom Watson, yeah. That kid was dirty out of the fescue in the rough. Dirty.
That kid, Tom Watson. You know that kid?
When he was a kid, he was dirty out of the rough.
That kid, Tom Watson. Oh man. Yeah. Tiger, Arnie, Jack. I mean, it's those 3 for everybody, and then you figure your Gary Players.
Nah, but it's not the same.
Figure your who else could be thrown in there?
Couples, maybe.
Love Freddie Couples. You could throw Lee Trevino in there.
Or Lee. Sir Nick Faldo.
You could do Mickelson technically. I mean, he's
Listen.
You could do Phil.
I never understood why they call him Sir. Like, is he some sort of?
Well, he got knighted by the Queen. What are you laughing at? He got knighted by the Queen. It's Sir Elton John. He got knighted by the Queen. You become a Sir.
Yeah, but like Elton John doesn't put that in his name.
Of course he does. Everybody introduce him as Sir Elton John.
No one.
What?
Sir Elton John.
But he doesn't introduce himself as Sir Nick Faldo. This is just what the announcers go. They all call him Sir Nick Faldo because when you get knighted, that's what happens.
He introduced himself as Sir Nick Faldo.
No.
Yes.
Show me a video of him introducing himself as Sir Nick Faldo. Him. Other people may introduce him like that because that's what you do.
Just
yeah, it's with the Queen. It's up with the Queen.
You know, but Sir Nick Faldo, just drop it.
Fuck, I like calling him Sir Nick, but
just call him Saint Nick.
What about all sports?
Tom Brady, Tiger Woods.
All sports.
Tom Brady, Tiger Woods.
Michael Phelps.
Even though Ryan Lochte was pretty good too, though.
No, Michael Phelps.
Tom Brady, Tiger Woods, definitely Michael Phelps. Give me like a Babe Ruth or a Lou Gehrig for baseball.
I was gonna say, that's the thing. Baseball's hard, man, because it's like
they're all were on the Yankees.
You say Babe Ruth. You gotta. Michael Jordan's got to be in the discussion.
I'm not a big LeBron guy. Just put Jordan in this era, and it's just a different story. Even though LeBron looks like he's getting much better as he ages. Soccer, without a doubt, is Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, but you're putting him over Pele. You're putting him over Ronaldo. What's his name? The guy from
Messi.
No, not Messi. I know Messi. You seen the commercial I did with Messi, right?
No.
You didn't see the commercial I did with Messi?
Never.
Oh, I did a commercial with Messi. ESPN Deportes.
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah.
What's it called?
If you type in Leo Messi commercial, ESPN Deportes commercial, Leo Messi ESPN Deportes commercial, it should pop up. He couldn't believe that I got the part and didn't speak a word of Spanish. He was talking to me for 5 minutes. I was just shaking my head. I had no idea what he was saying.
What were you doing?
I was at a we were like at a waiting area for like a restaurant. I was sitting down doing a crossword puzzle, and the guy next to me was like, my buddy, and he sits down. Leo Messi sits down across from us, and the guy that I'm with starts asking him questions of the crossword puzzle, and I'm just sitting there shaking my head, nodding, and like making facial expressions. It was fucking funny. It was cool. I got a jersey signed. I got a bowl. So I got a whole bunch of shit signed from Messi that day too. It was pretty cool. He was a good guy. What?
Where is it?
It's on YouTube.
No, where's his jersey and stuff?
Oh, it's upstairs. It's in my room.
Have it?
I want to get it framed. I never got it framed. I got like plastic around it. What?
Can I have it?
No.
Soccer guy. Liverpool. By the man.
Fuck it. I don't care if you're a soccer guy. You're not getting it. I got it myself.
Big soccer. I mean,
it's funny. Right before we shot the commercial.
Wait a second.
What?
I was gonna say I got a new sport, new hobby.
I went to the whatever. I went to a soccer store in Los Angeles, right? And I literally went to the guy and I said, "Listen, I just booked a commercial. I'm shooting it with Leo Messi tomorrow. I need to get some stuff. So what can you give me?" And he was like, "Well, you could buy some stuff." And I'm like, No. What can you give me? I said, "I will give you, okay, I will try to get as much stuff signed as possible." I said, "If I can get you a jersey and a ball, right, signed by Messi, I get to keep the rest of the shit." And he's like, "Yeah, okay, no problem." He gave me 2 Barcelona jerseys, 2 Argentina jerseys. He gave me like 3 soccer balls, a pair of shin pads. Like he gave me like this whole bag full of shit. Hopefully to get it all signed. As soon as we get there, they make a big announcement. The producers from the commercial. "We're professional. We're ESPN. We don't ever ask for signatures, so don't even think about it. You'll be fired on the spot." Da 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 da. They make this big stink about it, right? Now, we're done with the commercial, right? He's doing a couple of things off camera, like he's just, juggling the ball. I guess it wasn't off camera because somebody was filming him for like behind the scenes shit. And he's like juggling the ball. He was like, cool guy, right? Again, didn't understand a word he said. He had his translator right there. He turns around and one of the camera guys, I guess was from Argentina, and basically said, "I don't care if I lose my job." He asks him for an autograph. The people from ESPN are now trying to. It was right before the ESPYs, so it was at a sushi restaurant right across from the ESPYs, right there at Live, ESPN Live, the whole where the fucking where the Lakers play.
Staples Center.
Yeah, but the whole complex is called like something Live, like ESPN Live or something like that. So anyway, they have the ESPYs there at the theater. We're right in the corridor, like right across at a restaurant, and they're literally physically pulling Messi out of the restaurant to get him away from this guy who's asking him for signatures now. And you can see they're all pissed off, the ESPN people. He breaks the guy's arm away, like kind of swats at him and says, like, "What are you touching me for?" Right now, he's doing this in Spanish, and I don't know what he's saying, but I found out afterwards. I went and talked while later on. I went and talked to the translator. I was like, "What was it? What was said?" And he basically told them. He said, "What are you doing?" And they turned around and said, "We're not allowed. Nobody's allowed to ask you for autographs. That's unprofessional." He turned around and he goes, "I will sign anything anyone here wants me to sign." And I went, "Oh shit!" I ran because he turned around. He goes, "Yes," and he kind of like went to everybody else. Like, "Does anybody else want something?" I ran to my bag in the fucking back room, and I come out with all the shit. I had balls and jerseys, and the guy looks at me like one of his handler guys. Like it was actually his translator guy. He looks at. He goes, "Come on, Ron." He goes, can you just pick one thing, please? This is nuts. And I'm like, "Come on, I gotta get at least 2 jerseys and 2 balls, or else I'm gonna have to pay for all this stuff." He ends up giving me 2 jerseys, so I gave one to the guy. He actually bought it. I returned all the other stuff that I didn't get signed. I didn't return it because I didn't pay for it in the first place. So I gave him back all that stuff, and I sold him a jersey for like $100. But I kept mine, and it's worth good money now.
For $100.
No, but no, he was a cool dude. He was just like, "No, I'll sign anything anybody wants me to sign. Like, don't tell me to go anywhere." Like, he was cool. He was cool. He was a cool dude. So small, dude. I towered over him. Like, dude, he was literally like up. It was fucking weird. It was weird because like I knew he was short,
Right.
But when you see like Tom Brady, like, oh, he's a quarterback, but in real life, it's like, holy shit, that's Tom Brady. Like, he's tall as hell. Same thing with basketball players. Like, because they're all so tall, when you see like, a short basketball player, oh, he's short, but he's 6'3". He's not short. He's short when he's standing next to a 6'8" guy, but he's not short as compared to a normal person. But no, Messi was a cool dude. Why did we start talking about that? Oh, Mount Rushmore's. That's right. But no, I think you got to have Phelps in there because he's just Olympian, fucking the greatest Olympic athlete of all time, right? I see Jordan, LeBron. There's too much. You got a lot of different things going on with basketball. I don't know. Brady, I think, obviously, has got to be on there. Tiger's got to be on there, and baseball's hard too. Because there's so many greats. But I don't know if I'm putting Am I putting Babe Ruth on there?
Quick question. I'm doing.
What about NASCAR? Is there any other sport, any other athlete? Any hockey? We put in the great one. Oh, you got to put Wayne Gretzky on there.
Gretzky.
Yeah, is he better? Is there really going to be no baseball player on a Mount Rushmore of sports?
It has to be. It has to be Lou Gehrig. Or Babe Ruth because he did it all. He pitched, played third base, hit bombs.
But you got to have Phelps because he's the best Olympian of all time. He's the most decorated athlete. You got to have Tom Brady because he's won 7 fucking Super Bowls. You got to have Tiger Woods because he's just by far the most winningest like fucking person. Period.
Got to have Fastest Man Alive.
Saying Bolt's got to be in the discussion. Dale Earnhardt. It's pretty hard. It's a hard thing anyway. I don't know what fucking brought me to that, but sidetracked a little bit. How much time we got? This must be a long one. An hour? Oh, all right. So regrip your clubs, folks. We talked about golf for about 6 minutes. Oh, my goodness gracious. All right, anyway. I got nothing else. I mean, we'll be back in studio next week. We going to have a guest next week? We work out our instructor guy.
Get one. Yeah, I can get him. We got to have our boy Craig on pretty soon.
Yeah, our guy from Towel-Tag, Craig, is going to be coming on to talk about the new hole-in-one club that we told you about in the read. So it's pretty cool, guys. Not for nothing. You get a towel commemorating the hole-in-one moment. On the Towel-Tag, you can put a picture of you holding the ball in the cup, whatever. The scorecard with the ace with the 1 on it. You could pick a picture to put on your Towel-Tag. You could have the dates and the course name, whatever, on the towel. It's kind of cool. It's a reminder that hey, I got a hole-in-one, and you get to be at the headquarters. At the headquarters, everybody that sends in their hole-in-one, and they get put up on the wall, and all the names are going to be up there. We got to reach out to Marty Brodeur, Anthony Brodeur, because he said his dad's got a couple hole-in-ones. Right. So we got to work with that. We got to get a couple towel tags made up. I got to get mine made up, because I got one.
Yeah, sure you do.
I do. I have one.
Yeah, I got one too.
I don't think you do.
Obviously, I never talked about it.
I didn't think you did.
So close one time.
But I did. I actually did.
I don't know.
Nobody believes it. Nobody believes it. But I'm going to enshrine myself into the Towel-Tag Wall of Fame, all right, over there at Towel-Tag headquarters. I'm putting my name up there with the course. I got to try to figure out the date. I know that there's a picture of it somewhere in my Apple iTunes photo things because it was like, so long ago. I got to find out what phone I was using.
The second I hit a hole in one, I'm going to go bananas.
It might have been before iPhones, to be honest with you, so it might not even be that. I got to look. I got to look. It's a picture of my foot with the ball in the cup. And that'll be good. If I can find the picture, that'll be great because then I'll know the date. Because that's what I don't remember is the date. I know where it was. I know what happened. Even though I had no witnesses, I don't care. I'm still putting myself up there on the wall. But I'm going to get another one soon anyway.
I'll show you are.
It's coming.
So am I. I'm going to get one real soon.
It's going to be on film, too. That's what I learned our lessons.
I'm going to get one.
4-3s, cameras, every time.
I'm going to get one this year. I'm getting one this year, actually.
No, I'm getting one this year.
I'm getting one this year, too.
I'm getting one this year. You too? You think you are, too?
Hands down.
Okay.
Anything. I'm getting one this year. I have to.
Okay.
I have to.
If it happens when we're together, okay, whoever gets it first, $10 for every yard Nah, that might be too much. $1. See, $1's not enough. It's for the 160 yards. It's not $160. It's not enough.
$5 or $2.
$2 would be $320 if it's 160. $2.
What are you saying? What are you trying to say? Whatever.
Let's go $3 a yard.
But we have to be together.
Yeah. No, if it doesn't, if you don't do it with me, I'm not fucking paying you anything. Obviously,
Write it down.
we're gonna film every single par 3 this year. Okay, every shot we take on a par 3, and if anybody gets it, they get $3 a yard plus the video, and the loser also has to pay for the towel tag to commemorate the moment.
What about the drinks in the clubhouse?
Those two, sure. What drinks? Fucking who knows? Are we ever going to be able to drink again anywhere?
We haven't had a beer yet or a drink together yet since my 21st birthday.
Because there's no way to have a beer and a drink.
Let's go to
But I can't do that. I can't.
VI.
What?
You gotta go to VI.
You didn't even know when you say VI, like you're talking about the Verona Inn.
Yes, sir. I know.
But you can't call it the VI.
I know the bartender. His name's Pete.
Pete the bartender.
Oh no, yeah, exact name's actually.
Pete the bartender. Listen, I grew up in Verona. Okay, I know the Verona Inn. Okay, the original VI was over on Bloomfield Avenue. It was down lower. It's toward the end. It's over by the Accurate Deal, over by the famous Ray's Pizza. That was the original VI, and then they moved it, up a couple blocks to the nice new place, and now that's like a nice pub now. It's a restaurant, good food, good bar, whatever. Before it was like dirty, like it was like dirt. It was, you just went there. It was a college party place. Montclair State kids would go there and just party. It was bananas. I come home the day before Thanksgiving was always the best day at the VI because it was just like everybody come back from college, go back there, and that was the spot. It's not like that anymore. I don't think you can call it the VI anymore. Now it's the Verona Inn. But anyway, what the hell are we talking about? This is fucking nuts. People in like Indiana are like, what are they talking? Why are they doing this? Oh Christ! All right, so what do we have coming down the pike? We got a couple more videos coming out for towel tag, right?
We got to talk about our weekly match next coming up this season.
Yeah, we got to try to get it. You want to? I don't know. You want to throw it out there to see if there's any interest? So let's talk about it a little bit.
Our match.
What?
Our match, mine and your match, running total all year, every week.
Yeah, but are we gonna do a virtual thing or something? Or we're not ready to talk about that yet.
Email the company today, actually.
Oh, all right. Yeah, we might have something coming up where a little virtual thing, a little keeping track of everybody. Play one round. What is it like? Maybe like 2 rounds a month, something like that. We'll keep. We got the app. Going to work it all out together. Nice. And we're going to give away some prizes and stuff. Maybe the grand prize is playing around with me and Deuce. Who the hell knows?
No, we're going to take you guys to Colorado.
We're not taking anybody anywhere. If they want to, we could pay for a hotel maybe. I'm not paying for flights.
We may be able to get...
What if somebody from like fucking England, or India, where we're top of the boards over there, top of the charts over there in India.
We may be able to get somebody to some tournaments, some jersey tournaments.
Yeah, I mean we gotta work it out. We're thinking about doing something like that. If any of you guys would be interested in it, let us know. We're gonna see, download a little app, keep your score, a little GPS possibly app, and we'll work it out. We'll let you know. What else we got going on? Anything else?
That's it for me.
All right, folks. Episode 56 is now complete. The Lawrence Taylor episode, by the way, the greatest number 56 of all time, best linebacker to ever play the game.
Did some things I wasn't a fan of.
What's that?
Did some things I wasn't a fan of.
Who? Lawrence Taylor? All of a sudden, when you're not a fan of ripping lines of cocaine at halftime on the what are we talking about?
Some other stuff in hotel rooms we won't mention.
Other stuff in hotel, like you say it like it happened to you personally.
How about that? Do you know about what LT did?
You're muffled. I can't hear you. What?
How about what LT did?
Are you gonna tell? Are you gonna tell everybody or no?
Can't say it on the air. We gotta cut camera.
You can't say it on the air.
That's too vulgar.
Oh, you playing with your mic is as vulgar as it's gonna get because you're popping eardrums out there. Anyway, all right, folks, that's it. This is hopefully the last time that we're here in our houses and not in studio. So next week we'll be back in studio at HQ. And we didn't get any phone calls. Did we not have any phone calls this week?
No, sir.
What the hell's going on, folks? You got to call in. We got to call it in. So call in any questions. Let's go. Get it out there. Where's Casey Loves Golf? Where's our guys? Who are some of our guys? We got to start calling people out now to get them to call in. What's going on here?
He's been saying he's going to call. I haven't got one call.
And who else? Who else? All of our regulars.
Casey.
What are we doing, guys?
Jacob.
Where's Dan? Where's Jacob? Not for nothing.
Jacob and Jake.
Jake from State Farm, our friend Jake. Where's Jake at? He just said nobody's calling him. I'm calling you guys out now on the show.
George Pyle.
George is another one. George, not for nothing. Pick up the phone, George. The number's below. Call the number, George. Who else?
Who else we got? I'm trying to think. Run down the list. Obviously Casey. There's Manny. Manny, you ripping me on the comments, Manny. Manny was somebody that ripped me on the. He told me to take it easy, didn't he? Didn't Manny tell me to take it easy on the rant about Bubba? Take it easy, yep.
So Manny, how about you pick up the phone and you tell me to take it easy in your voice? I want to play. Come on, Manny. What do you say, bud? Who else we got? Anybody else want to throw out there? Who else can we call out?
I can't think of anybody right now.
We got to call. Listen, call. Even if it's just to say hello and hang up, just do something. Give us a call. All right, folks, that's it for episode 56 in the books. Done. We'll see you in HQ next week. Go get your clubs regripped and be sure to check out tattletag.com, folks. That's it from us. Do us a favor, as always. Keep it inside the leather!